National.
I call the Honourable Member Andrew Williams.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I take a call on behalf of New Zealand First for the bill brought before the House by the member Jackie Dean, the Conservation Natural Heritage Protection Bill, and can I congratulate her also on having two bills in the one day in the House. Should she pull another bill tomorrow from the ballot, I think she should be shouting us all, because it's exceptional to have two bills in the House in one day. And we're all heading off to Christchurch in the morning, the Local Government and Environment Committee, including Jackie Dean as a member, to go down there, and certainly she might be shouting coffee in the morning, I think, at the Wigram Air Force Base, I hope. But back onto the bill, and we, New Zealand First, certainly do also support this bill. It's high time that the penalties for those who offend in terms of our flora and fauna, our wildlife and nature, it's high time that the penalties were increased, and that the penalties are made to such a significant level that hopefully it might deter some of the illegal activities that have been going on. And it is pleasing to see that individuals, the penalties will increase to up to 2 years imprisonment, or up to a $100,000 fine, or $10,000 per day. For commercial purposes, 3 years imprisonment, or up to $200,000 and $20,000 per day. And for corporations, also $200,000 or $20,000 a day. And it's also pleasing to see in this bill a sentence for community work, where perhaps a financial fine is not appropriate, but where somebody may have erred, where a community sentence of some nature can be imposed. Again, we, New Zealand First, support that, and we believe the amendments to the Conservation Act 1987, the National Parks Act 1980, the Reserves Act 1977, the Wildlife Act 1953 and the Wild Animal Control Act 1977, as part of all this bill, are necessary to bring that into line. However, there is a downside to all this, and while we are applauding the move to increase these penalties, we concur with some of the other members in this House that at times we are very lax with our conservation. As the conservation spokesman for New Zealand First, I also have concerns, and our party has concerns, at aspects of conservation that are being let down in this country. We are so dependent on our natural environment for our tourism and for the image of New Zealand. It's 100% pure image, that our conservation estate is extremely important, and it flows on into our agriculture, and it flows on into our horticulture and our other farming aspects in this country, that if we don't have a healthy natural environment, it can affect our commercial, agricultural and horticultural environment as well. So it's very important that the two go hand in hand. And likewise this week, Mr Speaker, I was somewhat disappointed that it was marked that the Maui dolphins that are endangered and nearing extinction, with only 55 Maui dolphins left, mainly off the North Island coast, that perhaps the government would also pick up that cudgel, like they've picked up this one, but that the government would pick up that cudgel and move more swiftly on the issue of the Maui dolphins. I was one of the 4 MPs who went along to receive a print from artist Shane Tuffery, presented by Greenpeace, one of 55 prints to mark the 55 remaining Maui dolphins that are in existence. And it was a great shame that only 4 MPs were there, all from Labour, Greens and New Zealand First, and no representation at all from National.
That's a shame.
And I thought that was a shame.
It's a shame.
Regardless of your politics, regardless of where you are, these 55 Maui dolphins can't speak up for themselves. They can't defend themselves, and they can't protect themselves. And perhaps it would have been nice for, on this occasion, some government members to have at least shown some sympathy for the whole thing. Yes, you were invited. Every MP was invited. Every MP was invited. So it would have been nice, because I think it is important, and I think we would all have a huge conscience to bear in years to come if we found that the Maori dolphins were indeed wiped out and we had not, every one of us in this House, every single 121 of us in this House, done more to try and protect them. But anyway, in closing, Mr Speaker, this particular bill is a good move. We support the increase in penalties. New Zealand First always supports things of this nature where they are good policy, practical policy, and we'll have a result. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
I call the honourable member